Hello, people. Sorry, that's too much. Hello, people. Anyway, guys, I have been away from. Enjoying being away because sometimes it's good to be out there, sometimes it's good to be not out there, just so that you can collect yourself, you can be like more reflective, more in touch with your motivation for what you're doing, with your driving force. So, okay, so I have a thought. I said I have a thought to share. Sharing a thought. So, this is going to be quick. Actually, just as I was setting this up, I changed it to two thoughts. So, number one, maybe before I finish this, I add one more. So, this is the thought. In the parish where I belong here in California, a young man was just ordained as a Catholic priest. By the way, this platform is devoted to talking about clericalism or the opposite of clericalism, which would be no clericalism or more human-centered ministerial presence, which would be more something just far away from an emphasis or overemphasis of the clerical state of the authority, not really the authority, but of the undue unnecessary privileges, attachments, and maybe even the entitlements that come with some of these things. So yeah, we're talking about a thought. This is the thought. Somebody was ordained in my parish on Saturday, and this is a couple. There are a couple things I will share with you guys. One, this guy did not design, you know how we call it in Nigeria, an almanac. There is no almanac. There is no poster. There is no. You won't even see his face. I don't have it here. The prayer card that he made, he just wrote his name and a picture of the cross or something. There is nothing about this guy that you will see. There's nothing. It's all about the theme of the priesthood, coming into it with a posture of service, with a posture that is totally self-giving, self-effacing. And I'm like, wow. I just don't have so much time. I would love to share with you all like the pictures and all that. This young, I wouldn't. He's probably older than me. So when I say young man, I don't mean to look down on him. But this young man, he has no posts on his Facebook or WhatsApp about ordination. He has no. Um, there is no. Oh my goodness! I think I wrote something down. There is no flyer. There is no post. It was his seminary, the seminary he went to, that uploaded him, like posted something about his ordination, asking people to pray for him. There is no family uniform. He did not have any family uniform. Oh, my family people are these people, then those people are those people. Nothing like that. And then yesterday he had his Thanksgiving mass. Some people call it first mass, in the sense that it's the first mass he's presiding over, or he's presiding. But not that that is his first mass that he's attending. So I think I've heard that clarification. This is his Thanksgiving mass as a priest. Some people will say the first mass that he's presiding over. So at the end of the mass, there was no car. There was no car. The parish just gave him like a mass bus, and they had a meal. I think he paid. He Oh goodness. Okay, let's not go there. So you know the one that paid me, the one that paid me paid me well was that he. I served. I was one of those who did the altar serving during his ordination, And then after the ordination, they announce, come over to so 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 and so for for light refreshment, or that kind of thing. What we call it, item 7 back home, or mensa after the mensa. So there was this come, yeah, time for light refreshment. I see somebody's comment here. Let me just acknowledge you, Simon Alpha. My brother, I'm fine. I'm doing well. How are you? It's been a while. I've missed you people here. It's been a while, but I'm happy to be back. I don't know that I'll have that much energy that I had before, but it's good to be here while we are here. So yeah. So when we went for the light refreshment, my goodness, they brought biscuits and soft bread and like well sliced watermelon, grapes, pineapple. I'm like, man, I'm hungry. Oh, like, I mean, this is what most people on this side will enjoy on a day like that. So, if you don't notice already, just by now you should be seeing that I'm making a comparison with what most people from my part of the world are used to. If you go to an ordination in my diocese, at the ordination, it is, first of all, they will say, "Ndị echiri echichi." uh, not even in the Chirechi means like the ordained. Not even in the Chirechi. Simon, it's nice to see you. Yeah, same here. Thank you. So, but like they will say, the priests will go to one particular section, and then their hand on a register. Those whose names are on the book will go to one section. It is a heavy meal. Meanwhile, they are spending money on that heavy meal, but projects in the church that have not been completed. People will come back and pay the next Sunday. Anyway, some of these things are cultural. We cannot just take away our culture and our love for all these things. However, as much as we point to the West for examples on ways we do things, I don't think, and that's my thought, people have other perspectives on that. I don't think it is out of line to also point these things to you guys, to our people, so that we begin to have a holistic view and approach to this. What would it look like for ordination in Soka Diocese to not have all of this extravagance, to not have all of the unnecessaries? Somebody is getting ordained to serve people, to serve the poor, and they have a committee of friends taxing people. People who you've not talked to in many months, you're calling them, you're taxing them to come contribute money. Money for what? Like, what do you need that for? So you can give people envelopes for coming. So you can host them as if they are coming out from a hunger strike. And I'm not joking. The kind of food that is served is almost like one person has a full chicken, both in the cathedral and in the priest. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this guy did not have um this guy did not have seminarian's night. What is seminarian's night? I think the bishop of Osoga Diocese has tried to stop that thing. What is it? I mean, when I was back home, I enjoyed it. We'll go there, play soccer, get a free jersey or get 1,000 naira. But as we continue to journey on this or with this, with these things, you ask yourself, like, what is this really? I remember as a junior seminarian just being fixated or worried, where am I going to raise all the money with which I will host people when they come for my ordination? That's a worry. That's a worry that lots of people in the seminary have. So somebody is getting into this beautiful vocation, is preparing for a lifetime of service in this way, and is not doesn't have the space to be worried about what would it mean for me to give my life to this call. Does not have the space to worry about how am I going to continue every day to say yes again and again. There's no space for that. It's about who are my benefactors, like who are the people abroad that I have to reach out to, always send them every month or every Sunday, send them reflections as if those people cannot reflect. Oh goodness. So I'm trying to be very, just to lessen the intensity of this with some laughter. But at the end of the day, I hope that this is an invitation for those who would care to listen, especially those who are still in the seminary back home, and maybe even the pastors. By pastors, I mean parish priests and ndị ọrụ na-eru n'okwu. Think about these things. Like, there's no need for this pressure. There's no need for this pressure. You are enough. Your yes is enough. What would it look like if there's no uniform on your ordination day? What would it look like if people come and just be part of this moment, this moment of grace, this moment where your life is turning around? You can never ever not be a priest again, and you know that you've gone to canon law. You can be laicized, but you also know what that happens, what that means. What does it mean to enter into that day, into that journey, different from what it has been from where you were born? So yeah, it's really fun to be back here, but honestly, I don't know how I kept showing up here for many months with all the backlash. But this is what I've chosen, and I'll do it with the best intention, second love, and third just knowing that it is true. Um, there's what they call um, in the family systems theory. There's what they call homeostasis. Homeostasis is where a situation where um, like a structure, things have been fixed, things have been what people are used to. It's difficult to like just put that in a little bit or to puncture it or to rock the boat. Rocking the boat is not welcome. Even if things are not going well, but that has become the culture. That has become the way that things go. Like people are used to it. Nobody's saying anything about it. So that's how it is. And that's how it's gonna be. Never, never, never. So rocking the boat literally is very uncomfortable. Nobody wants to be in a boat that people are rocking. But again, how do you grow? How do you grow if you don't think about changes, if you don't reflect, if you don't think about what could be done different? Yeah, I've cut my hair. I don't have strength again. Anyway, so that's one thing I wanted to share. And again, I know that those who want to hear would hear, those who do not want to hear would still not hear. Um, and it is good, it's okay, however you receive it. My hope is that this is not just, you're not trying to catch cruise here. This is serious stuff. If it wasn't like really a concern, I wouldn't come here to talk about it. By the way, what's the time now? This is 12:43 a.m. on this side. Anyway, so let's go on to the next thought which I have. Oh, Simon, let me see what you said. Simon says, I can relate with what you are saying. It is always a worry how pressured people who are ordained become when the ordination is approaching. Such a worry. Such a worry. And as we talk about it, I remember something about the triangle. I think I talked about it in one of my live videos earlier. It's called the victim triangle or the empowerment. No, no, no. The opposite is the empowerment triangle. The victim triangle or the dreaded drama triangle, where people begin to look for rescuers because something or somebody is persecuting them. So the pressure to meet up, the pressure to not is it in my own time that things will not go well? The pressure to just get up to date or to meet up with the expectations becomes the persecutor of this innocent young man that is getting ordained. So he becomes the victim, and now he's looking for rescuers, those who will send him money with which not which to like combat or even out with the persecution. It's incredible. Anyway, so that's one thing I wanted to share. What would it look like to go into this priesthood? And I say it again, beautiful vocation, full of grace for abundance, full of grace for a new, like newness every day. What would it look like to go into this without all of this extravagance and to stay on the things that matter? How much time do you devote to thinking about what your life will be after this day? It's just like, and then the day when people are like getting married, you preach to them about, no, don't worry, marriage is not, what is that quote again? Like, marriage is not wedding day. After wedding day, marriage continues. You get the certificate before you go into the school. So, anyway, thank you, Simon. Let me see. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and I could have just added it, but it's about something I was reflecting on, and I want to leave you all with that. I don't want you to be following this platform. By the way, it's free to follow. It's free to unfollow too. When you feel like you don't enjoy what we're doing anymore, please always choose your peace, my dear brother and sister. Don't come and follow somebody that will give you stress. So I would like for those who follow us to just we all continue to learn together. I learned from the comment sections a lot. I have learned so much in the maybe a year and a half since I've had this platform. So I want to share something with you all, and it's about a journal. This is my third journal since about 2017 or so, 2018. So, what is a journal? It could be a spiritual journal, it could be a professional journal, it could just be somewhere you write your to do list. That's not really a journal, but people can still convert that or integrate to do list into your journal. So, for me, I keep a journal where I keep I talk to myself, I get to debrief, I get to pour my heart out, and mostly I do that after reflection each day. Now, confession time, I don't do it every day. I wish to, I hope to, I desire to, I long for that structure in my life that will help me to do this every day. And this is what I enjoyed when I was in the seminary. Seminary structure will help you with that if you only can push yourself a little bit. So, I want to share with you all something I wrote in my journal on the 19th of October 2024. And it's about the rosary or the third sorrowful mystery. So while I was reflecting on the third sorrowful mystery, it struck me the question, but why did God have to die? Why did God have to shed his own blood? Why did he have to? Or did he have to? And when I say God, I mean, yes, Jesus, the Son, shedding his blood, his flesh and blood. Like Jesus is the fullest expression of the Father, right? According to the Gospel of John. To have seen me is to have seen the Father. So if I shed my blood for you, the Father sheds the Father's blood for you. So what does it mean? And why is that? We're talking about a God who created all that is. All of creation was made ex nihilo, out of nothing. He had such power. He has such authority to just speak the word and eat, and everything will come into being. And I do think, and I can risk thinking that way, that God had such power and has such authority to just speak the word, and redemption, salvation will take effect. Did he need to shed his own blood? Did he need to come down, be like us, walk the ground that we walk, breathe the air that we breathe, drink the water that we drink? I mean, not literally, because he was in a particular context at a particular time, but we can connect in that way. What was the message of incarnation? Why did God take flesh? Why did God come as a man, as a human? Why? Why couldn't he have just said, okay, I forgive all of you? Boom. Let's clear this. Let's clear this record. Why? Ah, as I thought about this, it dawned on me that incarnation, which is that God took flesh, that God became like us, that God came closer to come to have the experiences that we have, to know what it means to be betrayed, to know what it means to be lonely, to know what it means to be hungry, to know what it means to cry tears, to know what it means to wake up in the middle of the night and feel like you are in despair, to know what it means to just be lost. And think about anything that you're going through right now. God has a taste of that because he chose to come down to have that experience. And I don't think he just did that so he can redeem us. I don't think he just did that so he can save us. Like I said, I want to believe that he who made creation out of nothing has the power and authority to just speak the word and our records will be cleared. But he chose to come down. He chose to be like us. Not just for redemption, not just for salvation, or what that soteriological term you use for that, but for relationship. That God came not because he couldn't have said the word and we will be saved. He took the flesh of the human for something even bigger than just saving us, which he could have done by saying the word. Come to think of it, what is the use of a redeemed stranger, God? What is the use of a saved enemy? What is the use of a redeemed? That's the way you know it's follow talk. No, this is not funny, but yeah, you could be saved. You will be redeemed. I mean, we have all been saved. The price has been paid. So, but what is the use of your life to God? What is the use of my life to God? That's the question. What is the use of a saved stranger, a redeemed enemy, a saved distant child, a redeemed child, son or daughter who has no relationship with the Savior? So that's what I want to leave us with today. What is the use of your salvation? If God could have just said the word and your sins will be wiped away and you will be made one with him forever. I'm talking about forever. So if he saves you, and he does save us, you show up in heaven and when another flow talk, you show up in heaven and there's no connection. Like, is it just good and be singing hallelujah, hallelujah? Okay, so just to make this very brief, the reason for our salvation, the reason for redemption, both of which were made possible in incarnation, is relationship. Okay, so if you are living your life right now and you have no relationship with the one who made you, and you have no relationship with something beyond you, maybe it's a time to reflect and ask yourself, what's keeping me? What's keeping me from keeping this relationship? What's keeping me from having this relationship? What's keeping me? Oh, my brother Mali, good morning from here. I know you guys are way, way, way ahead of us. Good morning from here. Good morning, Aliu. Good morning, Kevin Amarachuku. Good morning. Thank you all for joining. Yeah. So, what's keeping you? See, life is not all about the things we are chasing here. And I tell you this because I cannot tell you more. I tell you this because confidentially, due to my role, I cannot tell you more. There are many people that we see on daily basis who have everything you seek multiplied by 100. Everything you seek multiplied by 100. Is it house? Is it car? Is it family? Is it business? Everything. And they are breathing their last, or they know they're going to die in the next 2 days, and they're just tearful. It's all tears. It's all tears. Because the values that they seek, the values that are most important to them, they're not in the bank. They're not in their trustees. They are here. But the greatest pain is the pain of regret. Knowing that there's so much you could have done, including just being in a relationship with your maker, that you left to pursue the beautiful things of life, which I say intentionally, very beautiful. But we can hold all of those realities together. So, what's most important to you? What's most important to your maker? Why are you here? All right. So, two things for our brothers back home or anywhere that are considering the priesthood, the Catholic priesthood. It's beautiful, it's graceful, it beyond words. I cannot describe the power of the Catholic within the Catholic priesthood. I mean, emanating from the Eucharist that Christ gave Himself. I cannot describe that. But I want to encourage you. Remain on that path. And as you remain, think about what's most important. Is it a grandiose celebration on your ordination day where you have to lose your freedom, where you have to lose your independence, where you have to lose your autonomy to be subservient and slave to people who you beg money just so you can hold a massive talk of the town ordination? Think about this. And for those who would love to consider journaling, that's a very good thing. It's very helpful in our journey here. It's a place where you write what's going on in your life, and sometimes you write things that nobody else should know. So don't go and write people's name there. Use use like pseudonyms, like abbreviations. All right, really nice to meet you all again. I hope that we can do this as often as we can. Thank you guys for stopping by. Simon, talking about relationship with the one who made us, it is also important to note that keeping good relationship with our fellow human beings is paramount in this life sojourn. Some people can claim they are only after keeping good relationship with God, thereby jettisoning the human. My brother, thank you for correcting me. Let me speak it like thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me, my brother. You are very right. You're very, very right. And I did not mean to emphasize one over another, but obviously you have put it out here in a very succinct way. Yes. How can you be in love with God who you do not see if you did not love the one, your neighbors who you see? I think that's what you're pointing at. That's what you're reminding us of, and that's very key. How can we be in relationship with the one who we don't see, but the people who we see, the people, our neighbors, our co-workers, and all those people, the relationship we have with them is terrible. Everybody's complaining about you, but you are still speaking in tongues. I have not come to judge. I will not lie for you. So thank you, guy. That's a very powerful point, and strong balance to what I was saying. You see what I was just saying? I learn here every day. I learn here every day. Sometimes not because I didn't know them. Some of them are reminders for what we already know. But at the end of the day, we all learn from each other. So thank you, Simon. Always come back here to give us good ideas like this. All right. Have a good day, you all. Thank you. Peace out.